Good, it's actually recording. We just did a bit then and none of it recorded. Anyway, back on the 400. I've now got a headlight for there. That has arrived. So that can go in. I never actually got around to swapping the backrest because it rained, which prevented me from doing that, so that needs to go in. I've also got new number plates. These are semi-illegal, I guess, because they don't have the manufacturer's postcode in it. They don't have the BS number, but that's for a reason. Basically, I wanted to get as close to the originals as I possibly could. So they are in a typeface or font that's for pre-2001 typeface A, and they don't have any sort of markings on them, so that's about as close as I'm going to get to original. It's silly things like the curvature of the 8s and the 3s and where the top of the W ends, all that sort of stuff you don't ordinarily notice, but that's as close as I'm going to get. So I'm going to crack on, and before it rains, do as much as I can. Driver's seat is now out. Sadly, I didn't find any money, which would have been nice, but nothing scary in there either. No holes in the carpet, no dirty marks. That's all good. So I'm going to strip that down and swap the backrests over. Same process as before, just removing those side caps, and then it should just all come apart. I've learnt that if you use the blunt end of a drill, you don't mark the plastic plugs as much. Here you can see the two backrests together. Yes, this one needs a clean, but I'm confident that'll come up looking lovely. Just needs a wet vac really. But minimal bolster wear on this one. That's the one we're getting rid of. I mean, this seat will still be useful for someone, but it'll just be nice to have something that when you open the door looks a bit nicer. So get that stuff back together again now. Well, it's looking a bit better in there. I haven't gone crazy, and you might be wondering why it is I'm not doing the whole car right now, and it's purely expedience because it's going to rain. So I'm going to do as much as I can, and ultimately when this whole car's finished I'm going to go through it and detail the hell out of it. Well, I say detail, that's my version of detailing, which just means cleaning, because I hate cleaning stuff. The seat is now in. Does need a clean, but it's a big improvement in my opinion to that sort of driver's seat area. Now I'm going to put the headlamp and get the front of the car looking complete. Have you ever seen anything quite so lovely? That is a brand new headlight. The only problem is that is obviously nice, new and shiny, whereas the other one isn't, but we'll see what it looks like when it's all together. I'll also need to go find some bulbs because this hasn't got anything in it. Just realised I hadn't routed the bonnet release cable properly, so I've just taken the cover off and rerouted it correctly under the slam panel, so that works nicer. I've got my headlight, just got a nut and bolt to go on the stud under there that's currently digging into my arm, and that can all go in. We have an issue. I can't get that plug to go into that socket, so I'm going to go and grab the old headlight and see if I can spot anything obviously wrong. Here we have the two headlamps. The one on the bottom is the original Vallejo made in France one. This is the aftermarket depot, I don't know what that signifies, pattern part jobby. Ordinarily I'd blame the French, but it appears that this isn't their fault this time. That is just a real heap of crap plug on the back of this donor, or sorry, the pattern part lamp. So I'm going to investigate further. Right, got it on eventually. It wasn't particularly happy, but it is there and it's up to the tang. But before I bother going any further, I'm going to reconnect the battery and see if I do actually have any lights. So I'll have to go find the keys. Missing main on this side, side on that side, and that's rather a funky colour side light, so that might be a snazzy one. Ooh, that's why we haven't got main. That's got very, very hot. That's the earth, and that's just been cooking on something in there. So, more to do. That's kind of cool. The side lights are actually little LED ones, so I've just salvaged one out of the old cluster. So that can go in there. That explains why that wasn't working, probably. And I need to fix the main beam this side, so I'll see if I can re-terminate that wire. If not, I can take the loom out of the other headlight and build it into that one. One observation, these are LEDs, which are basically diodes, so if you put it in with the wrong polarity, it won't damage it, but it just won't light up, because diodes will only let current flow in one direction. So if you are playing with these bulbs, get them the right way around and you won't have a problem. So that might be why this one wasn't working, I don't know. Anyway, we shall have a bit more of a fiddle and see what happens. Oh, that one's decided to work now. Anyway, it can come out. Doing this one-handed doesn't. Okay, we now have a full array of lights. Oh Jesus, that one is bright. But I'm still not happy that that headlight is a bit duller looking than that one. So I might be looking out for cheap headlights, original ones. What a horror show. That looks shite. We have a bit of a problem over this side. The headlight, I can't get far enough forward to fit nicely. So the under bonnet thing, or that plastic bit there, doesn't fit particularly well. This indicator doesn't want to sit in there properly either. And basically, I think it's all down to that casing not being right, because as you do it up, it pulls all these panels together. Looks alright from a distance, but up close it ain't great. These are all the sorts of things that I really shouldn't be pointing out on this car, but never mind. I think what I'm going to do is look out for another used original for that side, and that should solve some of my issues. This side aligns beautifully. That all works really nicely. The plastic bit on this side does actually have a split in it and was kind of not in the best of condition, but it's in there. I think what I'm going to have to do is take all this apart again when I get the new headlight and do some jiggery pokery till it looks better. But for the moment it is at least together, and I can look to get it back on the road and driving. This is the piece of trim off that wing, but again it's not going to be able to go back on at the moment because I'm missing one of these clips. I think they work by clipping into this bit first and then you push the whole lot onto the car, but this has seen better days. It's fractured out here and here, so even if I get the right clips I don't think that one's going to work, so I'll have to go shopping for one of those. But what I can do is fit the front mud flaps, which I now have, and the number plates. Right, with the kit, well, I say kit, with the number plates came a fitting kit and then double-sided sticky pads. The original plate is just peeled off, the rear anyway, and it has been stuck on with all that, so I might be a little bit optimistic just using that many padded pieces to get that plate on. I really don't want to have to drill holes in it, so I think because it's reasonably protected in there, as long as I degrease all of this, which I have with my favourite Halfords brake cleaner, should be alright. But we'll give it a go and see how it feels. If it feels like it's going to fall off, I'll just pull it off now. I don't know why, it just makes it look that bit fresher with better plates on. and yeah, they're pretty sympathetic to the original. That's a really nice amber colour, which is a shame. You don't seem to get that anymore. It's that kind of pissy, I don't know, Robinson's orange yellow rather than Sunny Delight. Never mind. I am going to have to leave this for another day, I think, because I don't really want to drill holes in this. I suppose I could, but I don't know, it just seems like a bit of a shame. I've been pondering this for longer than most people would probably, but I've decided not to fit that with screws. I am going to go and get myself some more double sticky tape and glue it on. They just look so much more finished like that. I've fitted the washer jets, but I'm missing the pipe that goes from the car up to the T-piece and then splits to the two washer jets, so I can't do anything more with that. What I have got is mud flaps, so they go in here like so. I have also pillaged, or been given by Simon, the correct bolts, and I had them in a bag somewhere, but I can't remember what I did with them. But basically it's that type. In fact, they might have accidentally got poured in here. Yeah, they have. Here they are, these ones, big headed washers. So there should be 6 in total, so I'll have to go and dig them out and then I'll put the mud flaps on. Mud flap is on. They actually look quite nice. They're sculpted to the shape of the car, a bit more finished than a lot of cars look. It has started to rain, so I kind of timed that about right. That one again, that's on there. I just need to get those bits, some double-sided sticky, fit the radio, a couple of other jobs, and we're done. Well, it might be a shitty rainy day, but it's pretty cool. I haven't yet managed to get another headlight, but I'll just keep trawling eBay and see what turns up. I think perhaps I was being a little bit overcritical with the alignment this side. I've been looking at pictures of others I've seen at shows and stuff, and yeah, some of them are better, but some of them are a lot worse, so I'll just see what happens. If some more headlights turn up, I'll do it all again. If not, it'll probably just stay like that. Anyway, it really is pissing down now, so I'm going to go weld up Dotty